One common question that I get now is, how do we negotiate with that customer that won't come into the dealership? I call it your remote negotiation. And really, the pandemic started that, because in the past, it would be a golden unicorn that we would negotiate remotely. People had to come in before we would actually sit down and negotiate a deal with. And then when the pandemic hit, it just became part of our business. And I think it's going to continue to be part of it. I call it digital retailing. And that's where we're involved in a deal back and forth. And we have to be really good at digital retailing. And we have to be open-minded, and we have to be willing to learn how to keep making it a better experience. And I think the most important thing when it comes to selling, closing, negotiating digitally with that customer is you have to get comfortable with video. Just not an option. Video is king. Every dealership we have that uses video in their selling and negotiation process loves it. They use it in a retention process. I don't care what part of the sale you're using it in, you have to get comfortable with doing it. And when you're negotiating with that customer that's remote and they're not coming in the dealership, okay, number one, you have to use video. Don't be just sending an email to a customer with a PDF, a white piece of paper or white email with black numbers on it. There's no context. There's no emotions. There's no justifying and showing benefits of any of the numbers on those worksheets, okay? So we don't just email numbers to a customer. I don't care if it's on a worksheet or anything. I need to walk people through those numbers. Okay, it's that simple. If you send it to them, especially as competition comes back, especially as inventories are picking up and your other dealers around you have those cars, all I'm going to do is use that to get a better deal. So you're losing total control. Other thing, when you do present numbers with customers, you've heard me regularly talk about the first pencil should be a single payment, single down payment pencil when I'm face to face. Absolutely believe that. Second pencil is where I give the customer choices. It's different when I'm doing a remote negotiation. Okay. With a remote negotiation, I have to empower the customer. I have to give options and choices right from the beginning. I'm going to give them those 3 terms, 3 down payments with 9 payment options. I don't have the same body language, tone and inflection. I don't have the same connection when I'm dealing with video. Okay, so number one, never just email numbers. Number two, the worksheets that you do use should be multi-payment, multi-down payment, given the customer choices. Now, when you actually are going to present numbers, the first option and your number one way to do it is going to be a live video. Zoom, FaceTime, however you want to do, however you're using your live video, that's going to be your best way all the time. Again, whether you're selling the car and negotiating on the car, or whether you're negotiating F&I stuff, it's always better to do live, okay? Because when I'm doing live, then I can do a screen share, walk the customer through the numbers, explain all the numbers. I can overcome their objection. I can justify and give benefits. I can suggest numbers and get bumps. I can wrap it up right there. I have so many more options when I'm doing a live presentation of the numbers, okay? If that's not available, the next best option is to send a video to the customer. Now, I have a program called Pro Video now that we actually will send a video to the customer, and it will have our picture in the corner and then the worksheet, and I'll walk you through the worksheet. So for our car, with your trade and the fees, and I can circle the numbers and highlight it on the video as I'm going through it. I can give all the benefits. I can then add links that the customer can click on that would take them to a credit app on our website. It could potentially take them to a DocuSign to sign off on the deal, but it's the second best option if you're not able to get face-to-face with a customer. If you're not able to do a Zoom call with the customer, then I'm going to do a video that has a PDF share that I can walk the customer through to justify and give benefits to them on the worksheet. But never just send numbers, okay? And for any of you out there saying, well, all customers aren't comfortable with video, that's bullcrap. The last 2+ years, the pandemic made every age group comfortable with video. My mom hadn't seen my kids in 2 years before we went to Florida face to face, but she knows how to do Zoom, how to do FaceTime. Everybody lived on Zoom and FaceTime. If they wanted a doctor appointment, they did it on Zoom or on FaceTime. So people are comfortable with it. If you're using it as an excuse that they're not comfortable, it's probably you're not comfortable. Get comfortable, because when you start negotiating with video, and understand that you give them options, your remote negotiations are going to go smooth and you're going to have minimal friction.